Yeah, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. Today first time in English. I hope you can understand me. This weekend I drove the Manufacturers Cup race on the American server because I didn't get the European slots. So I had just one opportunity to race in America. The race was at the Red Bull Ring in wet conditions. And let us see what was my result. Yeah, let us jump right into the qualifying. My fastest lap I already set in the first counting lap here. You can see already traffic begins there. The last corner. I had a good slipstream. This definitely helped me to make a better time. But after that, I stuck in traffic. You can see also here from the pit exit, there was a very hard rumbles here on the straight already. So I don't understand that. Nobody will get a good lap time here. Better you keep place, make a lap by your own, and this definitely will help your lap time. So here in the qualification, this is the same issue. It was my last shot. I can go one lap. The slipstream here helps me, but I had to overtake this guy. I think he even was not on his out lap. I overtake him here. I had to overtake him here. And here the guy in front of the Ford GT also didn't had the same, the best lap. You can see I already lost here my purple time. I had purple time in this sector in the first one, but I definitely lost 2/10 at the overtake corner. And here also he blocked me for a better lap time. Yeah, this was the quali. In the end, this time was enough for me, and we go to the race. You can see I was not quite happy because there was a better time possible for me. As you can see, the rain before the race starts. So there was, at the beginning, was for sure better conditions for the wets. But I had the idea to start on the intermediate tires. So I start in front from P1. I was thinking about that the Ferrari starts very well. Even on the rolling start it's quite good. Not only on the standing start. On the standing start it's a rocket. The Ferrari 458, sorry. I also didn't know what my opponents, which tires they're driving. I was guessing that the guy here in the Ferrari is driving on the wets. Cheshi overtook me in the first corner then. Oh, the second corner, sorry. And we also had Michael Brito in the Genesis and Legner in the Ford GT. He overtook me. It was a really tough battles in the first corners. You can see Michel Brito is also had tough conditions to control his car, the Genesis. It's quite strong on the power. I took him in this corner, I tried, but I also want to drive it safe a bit. You can see he's fighting with the track, with the wet track. I think so he also had the intermediate tires. There was some of a contact. But as you can see in the next rounds, there was open some gaps. One gap to me to the front, to P1 and 2, and also a gap to the two Brazilian drivers at my back. So in the middle of lap 6, the guy Legner at P2, the American guy, gets to struggle a bit with the tires. I think he had the wet tires, and now the conditions was a little, yeah, I would say on the limit. Maybe the intermediate tires getting a little better now. Even here the track, you can see here on the left, on the bottom left, the conditions still very wet, but in some areas they was better. But I think now you can see the rain, now it starts to drop again a bit more, and we will see in the next rounds what tires is working better. He pushes me here off the track. Luckily we both had no damage, and I didn't get a penalty for that one. Yeah, here the track is a little better and dry, but still the rain's starting here now at this time. Starts more again. You can see the car is very slippery, or the street is very slippery. I drove already the wet line, so it's a little taking the corners a little more from the outside, and I have then a better straight line for the acceleration. Here then in lap 8 I had a little stupid mistake. I didn't take the right line for the braking, and then here I had a big slide. Luckily I catch the car, but the guy Legner overtook me again here. We can see here now the race. I guess we had now some rounds of battling here. You can see here the race now that the road is a little dry again, so now he begins to struggle on the wet tires again a little more. The curbs was still very slippery. I take a good exit here. But it was not enough. As you can see now, the conditions again a little more dry, better for intermediate tires. I also had a purple sector here now. Legner in P2 had a little slide on the exit from turn 3. We can look at the leader now. The leader is 8.5 seconds away. The Legner was a very fair driver, not a dirty driver. You can see here already on the track there is a starting a dry line. You can see here. Now I can drive more the race line, look like usually. And now, just when we see a little drier track, now this rain starts again. So the conditions again will change to wet tire condition. Jumping here from lap 9 to lap 14. Now the conditions again start to dry a bit. The rain stops here now, and these conditions for sure was better than for the intermediate tires. We are here now in laps 16 to 17, now it's starting lap 17. The track gets more dry and dry. The lap times went faster now with the intermediate tires. As you can see, we have clearly now a dry line, but I decided to fully take the race with my intermediate tires. So you can see I already used the wet line to cool off my intermediate tires, so that they don't quickly worn out. Jeshi, the leader, begins to struggle. We remember before the gap was 9 or 8.5 seconds. He was in front of me. Now already we go down to 4 seconds. And I think he also already starts to feeling that the wet tires now it's not the best option anymore. So he is decided to go into the pits. I guess he will take the intermediate tires because for slicks the condition is still too much wet. There is no option for the slick tires. So from here I take the lead 10 rounds before the end. Here we are now in lap 21, and the track almost completely dry on the right side. I still take the opportunity on the wet line to cool them off. Like, as you can see, now the race line is already dry and could be a possibility for slick tires, but for me this would be also very risky, and that I don't need to change my tires, because now my gap to the second place, to the former leader, it's already 20 seconds. As we can see now, the lap times is dropping. Almost every lap is a fastest lap now. We are here now in the fastest lap of the race from my side and from the whole race. Here somebody came out from the pits, maybe already on slick tires, not sure. I can brake now here on the dry line, but I still use the wet line to cool off my tires. Now you can see the intermediates now begin really to drop off a little. If you put on slicks, it could be possible here on the line, but if you touch the curbs are still very, very slippery. If you touch the curbs with the soft tire or with the race tire, you will spin. Last corner. Good acceleration. Cool the tires again. And this is the fastest lap of the race. Now when you check the intermediate tires, they are already 20 to 25%, they go into red. And from this usually the tire grip it's dropping. So we already come here to the last lap of the race. You can see my tires now only 30% left from the white spot. Still cooling my tires. My lead is now almost 29 seconds. So it's a comfortable lead for me. I don't need to panic, just bring the race to home. I reduced now in the last lap. I think before I didn't think about the DCS, I could have earlier switch it down to 0 or 1. I drove the whole race with TCS 2 because of the slippery conditions. It's better for me in rain still to use TCS. I'm not that comfortable without TCS in the rain. I would say it was just maybe my third or my fourth race in GT7 on rain, competitive. Yeah, this is the finish line, checkered flag. I won the race in the B lobby. You can see, still I was happy about the win. As you maybe know, I'm usually an A+ driver, but I only could take this spot, like I said, to drive the race because I had no time in the later spots in Europe. So I drove that race. So the second place comes with 32 seconds behind me to the finish line. We're waiting now for the third place. 50 seconds to the third place. Oh, went very tight with P4, the Brazilian guy. 51 seconds behind. Yeah, the result gave me 83 points and I'm quite happy about the win. Yes, this was my race at the Manufacturers Cup at the Red Bull Ring in Austria in wet conditions this time. I hope you liked my race and I also hope you like my channel. If you do that, please like and subscribe and see you next time on the track. Ciao.